Hello, everybody, and welcome into the spoilers edition of True Bants. We have a lot to talk about, mostly having to deal with the channel because the episode that's airing this Saturday kind of messed a lot of stuff up, so we feel it's important to discuss that.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of changing a lot of the story.
Yeah, we've got Flames here, I'm here. I don't know when Trucker's getting here. He'll be here probably. We'll see.
Hopefully he's here.
So, basically, what happened is a long time ago, as you all know, Dr. Tremaine died. And this is what set up for the colossal screw up that happened in episodes 35 through 36. When Tremaine died, I inherited all those bullets that he had stolen from John. One of these bullets, which I very clearly told Flame, do not tell me what they do, I don't want to know. I will figure this out when I use them. Because I was given the option to find out what all of them do if I wanted to, and I declined. So one of them was called Rolling Hills. What I did not know is that was an earthquake bullet, and that sent us plummeting down into this endless pit that ended up being an ancient library. And that managed to cut off about 40% of the entire story. So Kathos is going to be airing pretty soon.
I want to put a little, I guess, pin on that. Pretty soon doesn't mean like a couple of weeks, people. I have a few months worth of content still to run through. I still have some people's stories, and I still have a few side story things and little plot points that these guys can work on if they want to. Because you guys have ignored a few plot points here and there, and it's like, hey, that's on you. It's minor things that could become major, or it's up to you. So we've got a few months before we're in the end game of it, but we're not gonna hit my original goal of at least 100 episodes. There's no way. So,
Yeah, a lot of things fell into place the wrong way.
I mean, that's just how the games go.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times, I don't even make 50 games. I don't even make 50 episodes of a game, and everything we've played, because stuff usually just happens. It's just the curse of me when DMing.
Yeah, every time you run a game, it's ended prematurely.
And at least this time, it wasn't an outside force that did it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It was an internal force.
There's a first time for everything. Well, yeah,
Well,
my story is definitely not among the stories that need to be finished because I fucked my story up too. I ruined my entire character arc.
yeah, you did.
Well, actually, technically, you did.
Well, yes and no. I said I thought you were going down there. And I literally said, "Hey, you didn't bring Alice, right?" And you're like, "No, I brought her." I'm like, "Oh well, fuck."
Oh yeah, I would have never brought her if you didn't trap us in a library for 3 months.
That's your own fault for shooting the rolling hill bullet, which is technically the green hill bullet because it's a reference to Sonic. That yeah,
I don't know nothing about Sonic.
it's all good. But yeah, so True Realms was gonna end sooner than I wanted to. We'll be starting Kathos. When Kathos ends, um, we are gonna take a little break from the True Realm and Kathos storyline. we have a few ideas. We probably said before we're going to do this. That might change. You know, stuff can change because we're looking at other games and stuff too. Uh, we might even try a different system. And when October rolls around, you know, we've got our October stuff. We're looking at a Pathfinder's game for that. But yeah, we might be trying out a Call of Cthulhu thing. We've been given permission from Martin Mancini to run a system, run a game in his world of Shadow Bay, Wisconsin, and we're very excited to try this and run this. So that might be our intermittent game that we play before we touch back to the main story.
Yeah, because I don't know how far Flame is in True Realms 2, but I've got the plot beats already figured out for Kathos 2. I've had that figured out for ages.
Uh, because True Realms 2 is happening on a completely different continent, I do not have Kathos, or not Kathos 2, but True Realms 2 fully fleshed out. I just have the first like 2 chapters because there's not a lot that True Realms 1 can have influence on True Realms 2. So,
Yeah, at
yeah,
least as of right now.
yeah. Unless you shrink it inks, get that boat, and the next, because you'll be getting that boat from your auntie in the next month, unless you guys decided, hey, screw everything, we want to take a boat ride to Rari. You're probably not gonna have any influence on Rari.
That's fine. I don't really need it.
Yeah.
Not every story has to have major influences on, well, every story.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
What else do we got going on? Yeah, it pretty much explains the spoilers. A lot of
Yeah,
factors just kind of built up and screwed everything up.
I mean, it's a D&D game. That's just how the stuff goes and works, you know?
Oh yeah,
We're not
I'm not complaining. I'm just reiterating.
we're not a scripted D&D group. We don't, and I say this as nicely as I can. We're not like Critical Role, uh, the Glass Cannon podcast, where it's like, okay, some of this is scripted, some of this isn't. It's like you were talking beforehand. You're making a little more cinematic. We don't do that. We're a full actual play. We might talk with each other like, "Hey, I want to try to run a scene like this." It's like, okay, we're gonna cut it here. We're gonna let it play naturally, and that's it.
Yep.
We don't really sit down, really hash out a scene, and then run the scene.
No, none of us have the patience to do that. First of all, and second of all, it seems disingenuous for what we're going for.
Yeah, we're not big fancy voice acting stuff like that. We don't do that.
We're also shadow banned. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently we're shadow banned. We're not getting pulled up as much. Apparently people can't comment on our videos, which is that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the kick in the nuts that we needed.
But hey, if we can't even if people can't even comment on our videos, go check out our Spotify, check out our Discord, and our subscribe star.
Oh well, what in the hell? Now all of a sudden there's comments.
There's a bunch of comments on the videos now.
Yeah, there's one from uh Thunder who was complaining previously that they couldn't get a comment out.
Okay.
I'll read
Maybe we're
that
not.
off.
Go ahead. Maybe we're not shadow banned anymore.
Maybe I think there's some sort of glitch. I don't think it's shadow ban necessarily. It's just funny to use the buzzwords, but I think
Yeah.
there's just certain people that get screwed,
Well,
and that's the end of it. Because I mean, when we were first uploading, uh, my entire state could not watch the video in the first 3 hours it was uploaded.
oh yeah, that was right. God, I remember the early days and we had
The
so many technical
first
difficulties.
5 episodes, the entire state of Wisconsin could not read
God,
or
we
could
had
not watch
so
the
much fun.
video.
I remember those technical days. It was so stupid.
But yeah, on our latest episode, or latest in quotation marks, because I've got 36 up for this Saturday. Uh, this episode was so cool. I absolutely love the library scene. It keeps reminding me of the library in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Question of the day: what D&D race would you be for a day, and why? And what would you do as said race? Which I think we should just save that question for.
Yeah, say that for one of the games.
Oopsies. Sorry, OBS people. I minimized some things and it decided not to show the seed, so sorry about the black screen of death.
Uh-huh.
I,
Mhm.
oh, this illness can fuck off anytime.
Is it dropping you?
Well, not so much, it's just hard to talk.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm forcing myself to talk anyway. I'm not letting something tell me what to do.
Good man. Good man. That's why we got. That's why you're our favorite.
That's something my dad always taught me. Don't let your body tell you what you can and cannot do.
Yeah. Well, it looks like old space truck will join us in a few minutes if we wait.
Oh, let's wait. I mean, we haven't done one of these in forever, and I'm gonna write a note in the well, I don't know if I want to write a note about where the spoilers are or if I just want people to experience it. I don't know.
It's up to you. Um, I do have a few things to talk about if you want me to. It is related to the Cthulhu and the uh, Pathfinder game specifically. Pathfinder for October and the Cthulhu game for the in between.
Pathfinder, I'm fine with. I don't want to know what you have planned for the Cthulhu game personally. I think everybody voted on not hearing about that one.
Fair enough. Well, for the Pathfinder one, I've changed what I'm doing.
Okay.
Originally, it was just going to be just a big, battle royale. But, I've talked to some people like, what are you playing? Some people are playing combat heavy races, but then there's like you and some other people who are not. And I'm like, that's not fair. And I know you personally don't want to play a class that D&D has,
Yeah, I want to.
which I understand that.
Yeah, I figure if it's a new system, I want to experience a new system.
No, I get that. And I'm actually really happy with Pathfinder. They've got a bunch of new test classes they're putting out that are like, hey, this is our version of this that we are changing and doing better and different. I'm like, oh, I love this, and this. They've got new ones that I'm personally looking at, and I've done a few test runs like how this works and how this plays. Um, I'm thinking about doing a monster murder mystery thing.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun.
It's like, well, all right, you've got to play a certain rule. You're playing in one of the one of the islands of the dread plane. I'm gonna follow a certain number of rules. It's gotta work a certain way, and that's how I'm gonna run it. I
Force
think some people would really get some work out of it, and I think it'd be interesting.
force everybody to only play the investigator class.
Well, no, I'm gonna give it a little bit. I'm gonna give a little to everybody. I'm not gonna be like, nope, it's just this. If you're just this, you're good. The rest, fuck, or you're screwed. No, I'm gonna give a little bit of love to everybody.
I know I'm just being an ass. It's hard to put any kind of inflection on my sarcasm right now. I've only got this range. it's weird. Like I can talk, but I can't laugh or put a whole lot into it, and I can take deep breaths without any issues. But then every once in a while, it's like, uh-oh. I feel like the more I end up talking, the better I will be.
Yeah, I get that. You just need to work through it.
I'm gonna take a bath that's gonna be so hot that I might have to go to the hospital for burns.
Dude, once I got my new water heater, the water heater is like it makes the water so hot that I can have the faucet head facing like halfway into the cold and it's still like lukewarm. I'm like, damn, this is just a hot ass shower. If you put it at the halfway point between hot and cold, it's actually pretty steamy hot.
I'm not saying this to be a any kind of way, and Trucker would be weird about me saying this, but when I went and stayed with him, I did the dishes for him, and he'd get weird
Oh,
about that, even though he did way more than he should have for me when I was down there with Thunder. Like he did way more than he should have, so us doing the dishes for him was the least we could do, and I do mean the very minimum we could do. But Trucker's water heater is so powerful, I hurt myself every time I turned on the sink. It was
yeah.
hilarious.
Well, it's also trucker. You got to remember the way he is and the way it works with the rules of hospitality. Making you
What?
toast in the house does not good.
I was talking about doing your dishes for you and how you get weird about it, even though, it was literally the bare minimum we could have done for you.
I mean, you're a guest and you're not supposed to do household chores. That's my job.
I mean, I get it. It's that damn Louisiana in you.
No, it's just that damn southern upbringing where, we're supposed to be polite, not let people do our house chores for us.
Yep.
There's a joke there if we go far enough back in history, but I think it'd be smart if we don't.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Mayor. You know how, Mayor? Do you
Hmm.
have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Danny Phantom is on Amazon Prime now.
Is it really?
Yeah, all three
Hmm.
seasons. Like I said, I think you may or may not like it.
I don't see why I wouldn't. My problem right now is I finally, for the first time in months, have a backlog because The Boys
Mm-hmm.
season 4 just came out, and then a friend of mine gave me access to their Peacock account, so now I can go back and watch every single Royal Rumble that's ever aired, and
Wait,
I
wait,
love
wait.
the Royal Rumble.
Oh, you got access to Peacock, dude. Watch that '70s show for me, dude. I want to rewatch that '70s show.
Oh, I've already watched it all the way through. I did
Yeah,
that in
because
high school.
I'm currently in the process of rewatching the entirety of Mash.
Ash?
Yeah, Mash.
Oh, MASH. Gotcha.
Mash 4077.
I thought you said
But
ash as in ashes. I'm like, what the hell is ash?
Because I'm gonna be watching Mash, and then I'm gonna be watching Grimm. Grimm is my next one. So.
Grim is cool. I didn't get to
Oh
watch a
yeah,
lot of it, but
Grimm is. I've watched some bits and pieces, and Grimm is what got me into wanting to do Delta Green stuff.
yeah, Grim is cool. I really liked that when I was
Yeah,
watching it.
yeah. And then my buddy of mine's rewatching the entirety of Supernatural, and I'm like, I like Supernatural. Supernatural is really gives me like modern day Call of Cthulhu vibes.
There's
American Gods was better.
American Gods was incredible.
I haven't watched it yet.
That's also
And
on
then
Prime.
Ooh,
in
okay.
regards in regards to that '70s show, growing up and maturing is realizing you do not agree with the kids anymore. You 100% take the side of Red Foreman every time.
Yeah, I did. There's only a few times that I didn't because I rewatched I watched the entirety of that show when I was 17. So, mature enough, and There was only a few times where I'm like, Red's taking it a little too far. But at the same time, when you think of the time period, he could have been much worse.
The Red is a lot better with age, but it gets even more better when you watch that '90s show and you realize
Yeah,
he was correct
no,
all the time.
nah, dude, that '90s show, nah, nah. I'm sorry,
that's
that '90s shows is not that good.
that's when you really want to rock the bumper sticker. You know, Red Foreman, a beer in every hand and a boot in every ass, because you
I do,
start to agree with him the older you get.
I do love the grand reveal in that '70s show where Eric finally has enough of Red saying, "I'm gonna put my foot in your ass," and he looks at him and goes, "I've been meaning to ask you after all these years, have you ever done that before?" And he gets this really scared, distant look in his face, and he goes, "Once in Korea," and you're like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah,
Red Red's about to have a flashback.
Red's
Everybody
about
run.
that.
yeah. I
There's only one show that I could ever rewatch multiple times.
let's hear it.
House.
Nah, I don't know if I could rewatch House. I'm going through it now, but uh
I
Always Sunny in Philadelphia is just goofy enough that you can rewatch it without any trouble.
Yeah, I'm with Mayor. I don't think you could rewatch House because part of the beauty of House is the suspense of like, oh, what's it gonna be? And for me, once I know the answer to the solution, I'm like, okay, this loses all relevance and weight, in my opinion.
Eh. That's why you watch it, then you wait a year or two, and then you watch it again.
That is not how my memory works.
Yeah, I hold on to shows a little too long.
Yeah,
Mm.
'cause my mind would be like, oh, you don't remember
Hmm.
anything. As soon as the first 5 minutes of the episode goes, my mind will play the entire episode on like 5 times fast. But like, this is how it goes. Like, fucking okay, well, fine. I don't want to watch then. I need to watch The Boys eventually, but
Oh, The Boys is great.
part of me doesn't want to watch it, just because I don't think I'd be a big fan of it.
See, The Boys is great because it actually, makes superheroes more real. Because yeah, Superman's whole shtick is that his list of abilities is endless. His list of weaknesses is literally like 3 items long. One
Yeah,
of which is a rock.
yep,
But the boys literally says, what if we take regular people, fallible, messy, mistake hungry people, and give them superpowers?
Yep.
But then somebody made the ultimate mistake of saying, okay, that's not good enough. What if we literally test tube baby the shit out of this and we create the most overpowered, sociopathic, narcissistic super person we could ever think of? And that's how you got Homelander.
He's
Yeah, I
a
know they have a different origin, but Homelander is everything Superman would be if Superman was a fucking normal person.
yeah,
yeah.
for the most part.
And for any of our listeners who might be getting ready to say it, I 100% believe that Omni Man would whoop the bejesus out of Homelander.
Yeah,
It's just a fact.
Homelander does not have the capabilities to kill Omni Man. I hate to be that guy.
That's
I have not watched
That's the thing, though. The only
Invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Yeah,
Look,
I haven't watched all
it
the way
is
through
it,
that.
it's a canonical fact. Once you get to the point where Omni-Man is, literally the only thing that's going to kill him is another Viltrumite exactly as strong as he is.
Well, that or you have to have the you need supersonic frequencies. You
Hmm.
need supersonic frequencies that like basically weakens them to the point where a normal person with a basic weapon can hurt them.
Yeah, but that's the problem with all these superhero properties now is now everybody is just getting beaten down by supersonic frequencies. It's like, come on, let's do something new.
Well,
Like they even tried that with the Hulk once, but then the Hulk said, "Wait a minute, I'm the Hulk. Fuck
no,
this." And then he
that
literally
is
just destroyed the machine.
that is canonical with the entirety of the Viltrumite race. It has to do with something with their
Yeah.
body, not like their eardrums and stuff, not being able to withstand a certain type of frequency. And
It's
then
not
Hulk,
even just their eardrums, it's their entire body. Like their molecular structure, if you vibrate it at a certain
yeah,
uh frequency, you can do anything to them at that
yeah.
point.
Also, did you know the Viltrumites do not have adrenal glands,
Nope, they don't need it.
which makes fudge. I'm forgetting Invincible's actual name.
Mark.
Yeah, that it makes
Yeah.
Mark technically the strongest Viltrumite because he has a way to increase his strength and stuff because of the adrenaline
Be-
glands.
Mark could theoretically get to the point where Omni Man is, but then if something literally causes his adrenal system to kick in, it multiplies times two, times three, depending on how much adrenaline his body says it needs.
Yeah,
So yeah, in theory,
I don't
in
know.
practice though, the problem with Mark is that he's a kind of a bitch
Yeah, that's
until he until he gets good at it.
my problem with the show is it was too slow and there was a lot of whining, so I stopped watching.
Yeah, the comics are better. I'm reading his comics.
The comics are better, but I will tell you this: once it hits a point, uh, the whining kind of stays the same, but everyone else is like, "Look, we have other problems. We actually have, all of these things we need to focus on." And Mark kind of gives up on the, woe is me, my dad is evil thing.
I didn't even like I know that
But
happens, but I didn't even get that far. I got to I think episode 4. I'm like, I'm good.
well, I mean, hell, dude, you had like an episode left before you got to the really good shit.
I know, but it was too much. It was just too long, and I was like, please make this stop.
Yeah, I'm with Mayor. I got to episode like 6, and I'm like, I'm out. This I can't. It
Because
sucks.
the foot hits the gas pedal on Invincible right around the moment where Omni Man literally kills the entire, that show's version of the Justice League. And oh my lord, the shit just hits the fan at that point.
I don't even know if I saw that.
Did you see where Omni Man went through a portal and then literally exterminated an entire planet?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, great.
Yeah, like you didn't even get to the bit where Omni Man is fighting his own son and kicking the shit out of him for like 20 minutes straight.
Oh, I've seen it enough times through the memes.
Yeah,
Like one of the cruelest things that Omni Man did was hold his son by the head and use his head as, a wedge to cut a in half, killing one that almost instantly.
We caught none of that. You glitched completely.
Probably a good thing.
All right, we'll take
You know,
that
Massive
as
spoilers.
you know what he was saying though. It's the subway scene.
I didn't actually see that part.
Well, don't worry about it then.
Ooh. Yeah. That's when that fight took a turn because it was Omni Man just trying to get Mark to see it from his point of view, but at that point, that was Omni Man just being cruel.
Any hoodles and pajoodles and doodles. Gentlemen.
But
What?
No, you're gonna say something, Trucker?
mm, no, I was just gonna say you need to watch The Boys because it's literally superheroes minus all the morals, and there are some of them that are decent people, but like most of them aren't.
The only one I'm I guess interested in seeing because I want to see what the heck they're gonna do with them is the Thunder Chick.
Maybe.
Because
Oh,
I want to see if they actually make
Stormfront.
her. Yeah, I want to see if they actually try to redeem her in any way.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun for you to see.
Cause she's a Nazi.
Yeah, that's one of the crazy facts about that. She started her own YouTube channel where she was interviewing the cast members of the show, and she talked about one time she's like, "I'm Jewish, and they're having me play like this super high up Nazi official." And it didn't really occur to me how crazy that was until I got a bunch of people from the National Jewish League telling me, "What the hell are you doing?"
The
Making
nat-
money, leave me alone.
Yeah,
I'm acting.
I'm doing my job. But
All you need to know is that Gus Fring is in it. He plays a different character, but with the same energy.
okay.
I don't know if you've seen season 4 yet, but I don't know how I feel
No,
about it. We're not going to
I've
get
s-
into spoilers, but
I haven't watched a single
What the
episode. I've
boys?
seen I've just seen the memes, the TikToks, all that.
well, I know you haven't. That's why I wasn't asking you. I was asking Trucker.
I haven't seen season 4 yet, but I am current to the end of season 3.
Also, actually, no, I'm not gonna ask that. That's probably a major spoiler. So never mind.
Probably
Go
for the
ahead and ask
best.
it. If it's a spoiler, we just won't answer.
Yeah.
I was seeing a TikTok about I think it was A Train. He's the black guy who's really fast, wears the blue and white, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A Train was in a hospital bed, and some girl was like, "And guess what? We got you a new heart. It's the Blue Falcon or something." And he's just got this most like shock, like what the fuck look on his face.
Oh, that's because that was somebody that he. It's not really a major spoiler. I think the Blue Falcon, for whatever reason, had either teamed up with him at one point, or he killed him, or both. But at one point, which I'm not even allowed to speak about on the internet because it was the first time even the creators of the boys were like, "Hey, we need to put a massive warning on this episode." But something happens that is too grotesque to talk about, and then the Blue Falcon shows up, and A Train basically grabs him and drags him while he's running as fast as he can and turns him into a paste, and then he has another heart attack and almost dies. So they
Yeah,
ripped his heart out and put it into A Train.
yeah. He Hussein the guy just drug him for a good long while, going as quick as he could. So.
Yeah, he made it about like 10 miles just dragging him head first.
Mhm.
Damn.
I what I don't know is why? Well, I mean, I guess, Mayor, you're up to date with the comics, right?
On what?
You know who Black Noir really is, right?
Oh yeah, I looked that up. The comics for the boys are terrible.
What? You don't like the
Yeah.
comics?
I hated them. I read the first book and I was miserable, and then I read 3 pages of book 2 and I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm not reading this.
I
And then
Yeah.
I love their comics. They're hilarious.
it got to the point that I don't know what spilled on it, but that was the first book I've ever thrown away and felt no remorse.
Really?
That's how absolutely garbage those comics are, because the dialogue is hideous. Like, absolutely the most trash dialogue of any medium I've ever had the misfortune of seeing. And especially when you watch the show, you know how good it could be. So you're like, wow, this is brutally bad. This is super garbage.
It ain't no Watchmen.
Like, every review I've seen for the comics was worst dialogue in history. I'm like, okay, that's gotta be somebody's having a crybaby fit. You know, people pick one thing and rag on it. So I bought the first 2 because it was on sale, and then I started reading it. And I was like, yo, this sucks.
Oh, the dialogue is bad. The dialogue is very bad. It's not a good comic. It's a hilarious laugh at it comic.
Yeah, but it's not even good bad. Like, I cannot. If I can't even get into the story, no matter how bad the story is, because there's bad stories that you can go, oh, I can't wait to see what kind of idiocy they do next. I can't even do that because the dialogue tells the whole story in a comic book. It is so bad that I felt illiterate, like I could not comprehend the gibberish that I was reading.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Trucker.
There's only ever been,
Trucker.
to me at least. Yeah. So
Mayor is gone, so I've already told Mayor this, but the October game, the Pathfinder
okay.
game, I changed it a little bit.
Should I be concerned?
No, I think you like it actually.
Do I need to completely change the continuum of me playing the character that I was playing?
What are you playing again?
I'm playing Nimian, the
Right, Nimian.
the blacksmith paladin.
No, you don't have to if you don't want to. Would you like to know what y'all be doing?
Because I mean, you kind of set him up for a fairly easy continuation, so I just figured it'd be best if I continued to play him.
I'm back.
But yeah, sure.
Wait,
What
you're
are we
playing your.
gonna be? What?
I mean, you can play your Catboy if you really want to. I'm not gonna stop you. But no. The Pathfinder game has been changed from what was gonna be like a kind of like think a battle royale Warzone style thing. It has now been changed to a murder mystery.
I think if I could throw in my 2 cents on that one, I think if we enjoy the murder mystery, then we should do, and we've as a group enjoyed Pathfinder, then we should do the battle royale when we're more you know used to the system.
Well, this one is also a test thing. That's why I'm letting you guys be level 7. Why I'm throwing away a couple of stops. I'm probably gonna let you guys do I think it's like additional class feat or something, basically so that you can multi-class starting out level 2. You can take another path thing.
I do want to get back to our original Zupot characters because we got 3 branches that aren't resolved.
Uh, I don't like I said, I don't know. I'm looking at changing Zupot into Pathfinder. I'm not against just changing the main story for a little bit.
Well, most of our characters are easy to convert to Pathfinder.
Yeah, like I said,
I would have to
I'd have
change Minister's entire class, which really isn't that big of a deal.
what is Minister right now?
He's a Gloomstalker Ranger. I don't even think they have Rangers in Pathfinder.
They have rangers. You're just not a spellcaster, unless you take the warden thing.
Yeah, we could explain that away with scrolls, honestly.
Be like, hey, you became something a little bit different for the vampire.
Yeah.
The thing is, if we get back to the main story, I'm gonna lower y'all's level because Pathfinder characters are way stronger than D&D
Yeah,
characters,
that's true. I mean, that just makes sense.
and I think I'm still gonna go with the additional feat, additional class feat ability, which it's like, okay, you get to pick two at every, I think it's like even level. So you get your main class feat, and then if you wanted to also take something from another class or another specialty, like if you had the training for it, you could become an assassin or a deep delver or a pirate or something like that. Like, all right, you know, have the training in this, this, and this as well. I think I'm gonna keep that just to give you guys more of an edge because it's Zupot and Zupot's a little crazy. If we ever decide to play on the Pathfinder world that you and I created, uh, then we will not be playing with the additional class feat. I'm gonna make that one just a straight run it as it is
Yeah,
design,
that makes sense.
but that one's not gonna happen for a long time, even if we do like the Pathfinder stuff. Okay. We still have Two Realms 2 and Kathos 2.
So what I'm getting is that the Halloween game or the October game isn't going to be Zupot this time around.
Well, no, it technically is. Zupot,
It
as it's been explained, is several like infinite dread planes shoved into one dread plane.
and Zupot is just one of the, like I've explained before. Think Danny Phantom's The Phantom Zone, where there are floating islands in that dread plane where you can get to, and it's like a whole country or continent, or it can be just a tiny floating rock. Zupot is just one of those several little uh, places in the dread plane.
Showing my age here, I never really watched Danny Phantom.
Well, get Prime Video and go watch it because it's on Prime.
I already have Prime, and no.
Oh, fuck you.
I would rather use my HBO Max account and watch old school Cartoon Network.
Look, I'm trying to help explain it to you, and you're just fucking me over. All right, I don't know what more you want from me.
I
Zupot,
understand what you're getting at.
you
It's
will not be on Zupot specifically. You will be on another
just
dread plane, which is why I would recommend maybe you can or can't play your cat guy. It's entirely up to you.
no. That's why I was asking. It's like Nimian is in Zupot,
Yes,
so I can't really play him if we're going to be elsewhere. That's why I was asking.
we will not. You will be on a different plane in the dread plane, basically.
Well, then I will not play Nimian. I'll just play Loophole,
Yeah,
my Fox guy.
yeah. Also, I would recommend holding off until you build your character, just because I'm planning on getting at least 2 more books before the game starts, and I would like us as a group to build the character, or at least let me explain to everyone how to build the character and set up the additional class feat you get at every second level.
You might want to do that in small groups because the other day was kind of a fucking nightmare for me
Fair
with as
enough.
many people were there. So you might want to break that into small chunks.
Fair enough. I might be like, all right, who wants to learn now? Who wants to learn later?
Because I had one, two, I had 6 people. No, wait, one. I had 5 people. I had
Yeah.
5 people hitting me up at, not exactly the same time, but We were trying to go through it step by step by step, but some people were getting ahead.
Yeah.
And it kind
I mean,
of
I can do it with you guys
messed
right
with me a
now.
little bit.
I'm not in a place to comprehend doing this.
I mean, it's literally just you go into the settings. Like you've made a character on the demiplane, right? There.
Yeah, I've made a couple.
Yeah, you'll go into the settings like where it's like pick your name. You'll go down. It's like character settings. You'll click that, and then to the right there'll be like a bunch of things to select. And there's one that's like additional class or something like that. And you'll just click that on, and then you just go as if you were building your character like normal. And
Oh,
there you
okay.
go.
That's
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
it's very
it's
easy.
it's not like okay, you gotta jump through 10 hoops. No, it's just like go turn this on. Okay, you're done. Go ahead and build your character.
Some people
Yeah.
will have to be told that
Oh,
at least 40 times.
yes, yes, some
You'll
do.
just have to tell me you'll just have to tell me the once, because I built Loophole just so I could see how the system worked and doing it. Comparing it to the Character Mancer, and it's
I
very similar. It's better,
oh
but
god, yeah, Demiplane has a much better character builder. I've
Not
been
anymore. It's roll 20, baby.
uh,
Congratulations, roll 20.
yeah. I hope I hope Rule 20 is like throws away their character builder and just uses Demiplane's
I'm
system.
almost 100% sure they are because they, in the article that I sent you, every other paragraph was the president of Roll20 says that Demiplane's character creator is what attracted us to Demiplane and why we wanted to buy them because Demiplane's character creator makes ours look like archaic garbage. And then they would give another fact like so and so said this, so and so left Demiplane, and then they're like, by the way, the president of Roll20 says that their character creator is garbage and that Demiplanes is great, and that's why they bought them and wanted to merge
Well,
companies.
did you see that Demiplane has D&D 5e? It has the 5e Nexus,
yeah,
I did
and
not.
this will yeah, and this will also let you have Call of Cth- or not Call of Cthulhu, let you have Cobalt Press stuff on their things as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love Cobalt Press stuff. Oh, they
I
got good.
just I just wish I could get a better answer than it'll be this year when it comes to Starfinder. It's like coming soon this
They gotta
year,
redo it.
2024, and I'm like,
Well, it's almost
what?
guaranteed to be pushed back with the merger, so it's
Yeah.
probably not worth their
What
time giving you a straight answer.
what I really wish Demiplane had was Call of Cthulhu or even Delta Green.
I thought they did.
No, they don't have either of those.
Weird. Well, Roll20 does, and now with the combined forces of Demiplane's S tier character builder, it'll work out.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. They also Demiplane does have Hunter coming and the Mutant coming, but they have Candela Obscura.
Yeah, the Candela Obscura. That's another one of those systems that Critical Role and Dimension 20 have talked about in the past.
I, is that the 10 Candles system that Mary was talking about?
No, the 10 candles system is literally just called 10 candles.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we need to do it. We need to do something once where it's like, all right, everybody come together, write 5 systems you want to try. We'll compare it as a group, and whatever like the top 3 or 4 are, we'll try those at some point.
Well, whatever you do not bring up core.
How dare you speak that unsacred word?
Ah,
Because the big problem with core is it literally says players can do whatever they want so long as it's agreed upon. It's
Yeah,
like that's a recipe for heinous levels of fuckery.
Yes, which is why I'm saying right now, I don't care if all of you put core in your list. I'm not allowing core.
That sounds stupid.
I would I would say Apotheosis. I keep seeing ads for it.
I just want to play a vampire, damn it.
You want to play Vampire the Masquerade? Midnight Masquerade, the vampire game?
Yeah, I want to be a vampire. I want to be the worst vampire in history. I want to be this lazy, useless asshole who works third shift at a convenience store and eats robbers or people that have irritated
Another
him.
another person has mysteriously gone missing today after visiting a Flanagan's gas station down on 5th Street. We're not entirely sure, but the gas station might be a nexus point for occultist behavior.
That reminds me of that story that was on Reddit. The guy made up his own cosmic horror about working third shift at a gas station, and it was awesome.
Well, no, it's literally called Tales from the Gas Station, and it is beautiful.
It is so
And
good.
it's not even third shift. It's like he is the only full-time employee because
Right.
weird shit happens at the gas station so much that the mysterious, you know, black silhouette of an owner or the owners of the gas station literally cannot keep people working there. So he is the only person who is there 99% of the time. And just to name some of the weird shit he has to deal with, there's Tex the cowboy,
Yep.
who just appears and disappears when he wants. There is a sapient, sentient race of raccoons
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
literally Lilliputian style in Gilligan's Travels tie him up once and just raid the stocks of the gas station. There's ghosts, there's Cthulhu type stuff, and like all of it is because the town, like Silent Hill style, just sits at a point on a ley line or something where just the craziest shit just happens there,
Yeah.
and it's great. It's fantastic. Like last I heard, they were all being compiled into one massive like book because it is a gargantuan amount of stuff.
Well, that's good. I like that.
That story is brilliantly done.
Hmm.
Like there's even been a couple of offshoots where he, the guy, will go elsewhere, but then you come to find out he actually didn't, and it's just the town fucking with him. But then you have to deal with, and this is canon to the whole story, the guy has some kind of disorder where his insomnia will progressively get worse and it will get to the point where he will just stop sleeping. So he is prone to hallucinations. So there could be the offshoot that none of this is actually happening. But he swears that it is, and he like keeps a journal, and the journal is the story itself, Tales from the Gas Station. It's a lovely, lovely bit of creative writing and like augmented reality storytelling.
Alrighty.
Another one for in this category, Mayor, that you would love because you're tapped into like Native American folklore and what have you. There's another one called The Forest Has Eyes.
Oh,
You'll
jeez.
love that one.
Yeah, you'll have to send that to me.
The guy works as like a private security guard for this like really shady, like big money. I want to live in the Appalachians for no reason other than it's pretty. But like the area is just ridiculously haunted. And they deal with a few things that we know about. You can't speak it, or it will summon it
Yeah.
a couple of times.
Okay, guys, I figured out what I was telling you about earlier. When you go to like the getting started of a character, you're gonna scroll all the way down to preferences and rules, and you're gonna turn on free archetype. That's all you're gonna do. That way you're
Free
gonna
free archetype.
yeah, free archetype. Not class archetype, free archetype. This will let you pick any of the other archetypes you want, and you can multi-class with another class archetype, or you can do a specialized archetype like a pirate, buccaneer, detective, bailiff, stuff like that.
Cool.
hmm
Because
I
I still want to play an animist, which apparently is like I call for spirits,
You're more
but
than
it's
welcome
not
to.
like hoodoo voodoo.
No,
It's
I
not
know what
really like hoodoo voodoo type stuff. It's like animals and what have you.
Uh, I'm more than welcome. I'm more than okay with trying out a bunch of this new like their new test run classes. I'm more than okay with that because I think these test run classes are gonna appease to everyone's of hey, I want to play the game. I also want to play something different than D&D because it's giving you a lot of different things to try.
How dare somebody DM me at this moment? Oh, it was just Trucker.
Truck, why you
That's one
DMing
of
me?
my. Well, he said send it to him. The
Yeah.
forest has eyes, so I
Oh,
sent my. I've got this YouTuber that I've been a fan of for many, many, many years, and he has a channel where he reads creepypastas, and I sent him the
oh,
playlist of him reading The Forest Has Eyes.
they've added new races to their list too. Apparently,
What, on
there is
Pathfinder?
yeah, you can play an awakened animal, a Antmarie, an Azric. They've got rules for
Ooh,
centaurs now. They have rules for merfolk and minotaur and a Circry.
Well, about time.
so
Well,
when you say
remember,
awakened animal,
don't know yet. I don't own the book. I'm looking at it. I'm
well,
looking at it.
I'm picturing it's just like an animal that's been given, sapience and has a consciousness and a soul that can, converse and have chats. Because I have so many ideas for that.
I'm looking at it. But you have to remember, Pathfinders has been. It looks like they had to redo a lot of stuff, and this is from one of their new adventure paths because this is specifically the remodeled stuff after the divergence from D&D. That way they're making it their own stuff and don't have to worry about D&D and their stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna get this new book. I want these characters, so I'm getting the Howl of the Wind.
Because Starfinder has a race that's technically an awoken animal, but they call it an uplifted bear. It's literally just a bear that, has been genetically modified and augmented to be just as smart as, any
I
other race.
I think this might be the exact same thing, just not the machine augmentation.
I have an NPC built around that entire race, uplifted bear that you got that the players may or may not meet depending on what they do.
Ooh, oh, Sucre, you're bug people. Fuck yes. I'm happy. We got
You're
Minotaurs.
happy. You're happy for bug people.
I love the bug people. I don't know why bug people always make me happy. Bug people, I think, are my third favorite race behind the gnolls and the drow. We got merfolk. Oh, I'm loving the merfolk. All right, we got merfolk.
That would be hard to do in a non-aquatic setting, wouldn't it? Or do they get the
Uh,
ability to have legs?
Typically.
uh, aquatic grace, low light vision, hydration. Hydration, your body require you have to return to the aquatic environment at least once in a 24-hour period. If if you spend 24 hours outside the water, you take a -1 status penalty fortitude saves.
Oof.
You get a way to move outside the water, but it's gonna hurt you after a while because you're a water faring race, which I actually
Well,
like.
yeah. I mean, hell, there's a fish race in Starfinder that's like the.
Yeah, I've noticed. I think they're going really heavy with working with their Starfinder stuff. Like, let's get more races that match that with this. Especially since the new Pathfinders is it's worlds, not planes. They've got the Centaurs, which they really did some work with the Centaurs. You can actually have your sub race of like, all right, I want to be a donkey centaur, I want to be a zebra centaur, I want to be a giraffe centaur, I want to be a horse centaur, all this kind of stuff.
God, a giraffe centaur would be so fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah, awakened animals look. Yeah, no, awakened animals are interesting, dude. The one they have in question right now is a bear. It kind of looks like a werebear. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're doing the uplifted bear thing from Starfinder. They're just tweaking it a little bit
Yeah, I like it.
because the uplifted bear in Starfinder is just a bear, but they do have they have the regular old fashioned bear mitts, big old bear paws,
Yeah,
but they have posable thumbs so they can grab stuff,
let's see. You can choose.
but
Oh, go ahead.
they can choose to walk upright or they can walk on four.
You can choose between a land animal or aquatic animal, and you can choose your size between tiny, small, medium, and large.
Raccoon or a panda, baby.
I mean, yeah, and you can choose what kind of animal you are, like a climbing, a flying, a running, a swimming, all that. Interesting.
Well, it's been about an hour. Do we want to call it here?
Yeah, I got nothing else to really talk about. I've
Yeah.
explained all my stuff.
Well, I plan to upload this on Wednesday, just so you guys know. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you guys come check out my channel on the 21st. If I'm not dead, I will be streaming Elden Ring.
How does that new thing look?
The DLC.
Yeah.
It looks incredible. I've
Cuz I
purposely.
mean, I haven't played Elden Ring cuz I don't want to play a game that's going to make me potentially throw my controller through my TV, but I will watch other people play it. And I admit that new DLC looks pretty fucking boss.
Well, the thing is, with Elden Ring, it's probably the most optimized Souls game. If you're getting to the point that you're getting frustrated, it is probably your fault.
So they've not really made it easier, but they've made it a little bit more lenient, is what you're saying.
It's not even that, it's just that the AI has been optimized so like your controllable AI and the AI of the characters are not just kind of shoddily programmed, so you're not getting surprised typically. There's a few bosses that are ridiculous, but I found that if I'm getting so stuck to the point that I get mad, if I just turn off the game for the day and come back to it, I usually beat it within 1 or 2 tries.
Yeah, because the thing I made mention of in the last episode, somebody heard my prayers. There is a game coming out in September called Star Trucker, and it's literally just everything I want my life to be.
I think one of the funnier examples that I've had in Elden Ring is I got beat up 10 times by Melania, and I was forced to stop playing because I had to go do something else. The next day I got on, and I'm like, alright, here's another 10 attempts at minimum, and I destroyed her.
You just found yourself in that groove where everything was just working.
Yeah, I think I jumped in and I got beat up immediately because I totally screwed it up. I was like, wow, I could not have been less on the mark. I could not have been more idiotic in this attempt. And then I went back in. I'm like, all right, let's try to be serious. And I beat her.
I had a session like that the other day playing X Defiant before we got to my Starfinder thing. Man, I was in the groove like for the first time since I started playing that game. I went positive, and it was fun. And then the next game, dog shit. I don't know what happened.
All right, adios.
Bye.
Bye.